What's up, everybody? Canuck here. Welcome to another episode of our complete course construction series. I think we're on 17. I think 17. Pretty sure. Yeah, 17. So we in our last episode finished this beautiful little par 3 that I think I'm quite happy with. And now we're going to start to push inland again. So, we've been down on the coast for the past few episodes. We've kind of gotten into this different planting style, which is a lot different from kind of what we had up here. So, I mean, do we keep it like this down here? And because we're going to be moving inland for the sixth hole. So, are we going to go back to this style? Are we going to try this style out inland? I don't know yet. I kind of like this, but we'll have to see how it goes. So, today, like I said, we are going to at least get started on our sixth hole, which currently right now is definitely a longer hole, about 570 yards up the hill. It's probably going to be a 3-shot par 5. That second shot's going to be definitely a bit of an uphill. I really like this green site here. My idea, I think, is we're going to probably raise it up maybe a little bit, like 5-10 feet. And yeah, I mean, I don't have a clear-cut concrete idea for this yet. Probably should have before we logged in, but I think we'll make it work. We usually find a way to make it work, or we blow it up. So again, kind of things to think about, and we probably won't hit any planting today, I would imagine, in this episode, but you never know. So let's refresh our memory here, and let's do a quick play test. I'm not going to start the timer yet, but let's do a quick play test of the course. Make a few notes. So I like to do this, after I complete every hole. Make a few notes of, what needs to be fixed, what we still need to work on, stuff like that. So overall, I'm fairly happy with a 1. I might want to do just a bit of minor planting on the coast, but I'm not sure. But I like the planting up there. I think this hole plays pretty well. With this 296 driver, you can... Am I teeing off from the right tee boxes? Yeah, I am. Okay. Yeah, I just forgot about this 296 driver now. Oh, well, that was a terrible shot. That would not be an ideal start. But yeah, so I mean, there's some stuff in here I might think about planting, kind of in here. I still like my green. Oh my goodness. Great play testing so far here. Going very well. Oh, look, I'm on this little island. I don't even know how you get over here. This is great. Perfect. So yeah, this green is a little wild. We're gonna need a few more play tests here just to really see. Like there might be a bit too much going on here. But overall, 1 is, I would say, 95% done. Number 2, I do like this sightline kind of out into the abyss here, and then it starts to open up a bit more. Yeah, I'll let her rip here. Ooh, oh, just gets caught up in the rough. Again, it is a little bare here, but again, we are thinking, we're going to be able to see some, 8 green is going to be in here. I've got a little open space here. I'm not sure. I mean, we could extend the tree line a bit. I don't know. But, I mean, we've been fighting this second shot on 2 for a while now. And it's still not there yet, in my opinion. But I think what we'll do is we'll build some holes, and then we'll kind of have almost like a touch-up episode where we go and address these kind of relatively minor things and touch at those. 3, 3 I like. It's very minimalistic. I think the cliffs are, for the most part, good. We might work on the cliffs a bit. I don't think I'm going to plant them, but I just work on the looks. And like I've said all throughout, I do not like my tee boxes, so they may get a facelift at some point. This is a bit of a wild green. Ooh, sit. There we go. Yeah, so I probably will end up toning this green down. So I'm looking at, oh yeah, I definitely need to tone this green down. Yikes. Yeah, that's no good. That's no good. So yeah, that one needs fixing. 4 tee shot I think looks great. Really happy with this, how this par 5 turned out. Ooh, not a great bounce. And then you kind of got to go up the hill on the second. I'm going to try for the layup here. Let's take a peek at what we've got up here. So, I mean, yeah, there's some sculpting issues here that we've got to take care of. It's okay, but it's still a little uneven in spots. No. Rejection. I raised the green speeds, or did these greens just shift in the night or something? I feel like they're a lot harder. I love the look in behind there. That looks great, I feel. There's 4. You know, all these holes need a bit of a touch-up. And then the last hole we built here is this nice little 5th hole. Pretty good looking shot. Ooh, green really took it. A lot of red up there. Like I said, these probably need a bit of a tweak. Look at this. Whoa. There's the first 5 holes. You'd see minor issues on all of them. And here is the 6th. So trying to picture what this is going to look like. Again, these holes are going to be a little bit harder because kind of feel like 3 and 4 kind of we had the spot and we just inserted a hole there. Here we've just kind of got a piece of land. So we've got to try to carve a golf hole out of a relatively dull piece of land. So that's going to be our challenge. I'll start the clock. We're 10 hours, 54 minutes, coming up on the 11-hour mark. Hit resume. Back to the music. I do have a few questions which I will try to get to at some point. But for now, let's get into some initial planning stages of this hole. So like I said earlier, 6 is going to be a uphill, probably 3 shot, but with the right wind, you're probably going to be able to get there in 2. Actually, it's 561. Actually, might be reachable in 2. You know, I can always potentially move some of these tee boxes back. Stretch it out a bit. Oh, now all the tee boxes got screwed up. I hate it when that happens. Oh no, they're fine. Okay. So I might put it around there, 575. Okay, so I kind of want to use, it's kind of got a natural slope heading down the hill. So, you know, I kind of want any bad bounces, you know, to kick pretty sharp left here. My tree line is probably going to be a pretty thin tree line between 6 and 7. I think I am going to put a tree line in here. So maybe we just kind of draw out where that might be. I can just see the tree line kind of coming in here. And not much to the tree line. And again, we have to be wary of our shadows too. So, you know, tree line there. And we will probably also kind of continue this tree line here. Coming this way. So, I mean, this is going to be a pretty closed in. I don't know if I want to go all the way. I'm just trying to think up to around 11. I don't want to. Yeah, you know what? I don't think I'm going to go that far. I might just go kind of maybe to there. because 10 green's going to be here. I kind of want to keep that open. So maybe this kind of just continues in here. So yeah, there's my tree line there. Okay, so that's not giving us a ton. From tree line to tree line, I mean 80 yards, it's pretty good, but once you put in fairway, some bunkers, you don't have a ton of room to play with, but okay. So, in terms of this golf hole, I really like this kind of tucked in green space. So see how I kind of raised that up about 4 or 5 feet? That looks really good. So, well, at least I think it looks okay. But we'll probably... I think I messed that up a bit. Yeah, I mean, that could probably work. I don't know if that's a big enough little finger to put, like, a pin back here, but... And again, a lot of this hole, or a lot of this green is in the shade. We can thin out these trees a bit, but that is also something we need to take into account. So, and then I think maybe we could do... Just trying to think about greenside bunkers here. Probably something down here. Again, shape to be determined, but maybe one top up here. Probably a pretty well protected one. And then maybe trying to think how the fringe is going to come out. Maybe it'll come out this way. Yeah, I kind of like maybe the fairway coming out like this, and then this sloping pretty heavily downwards. So if you do miss right, you're going to come down here. And then you got a bit of a tricky uphill pitch. So yeah, I think I'll do that. Okay, so in terms of our fairway, probably a pretty straightforward transition here. And we'll hug the tree line pretty close. Probably down to about here. And hug the tree line pretty close. Again, we can always shift that second tree line a bit, but... And in terms of, I mean, we're at 353 here, so... This is kind of no man's land, but we want to make it relatively interesting. Bring it in here. And then have it do that. And then maybe kind of a bunker right in here. For a second shot that might be short, I don't want to make that second shot, that layup shot, too easy, so maybe put a bunker up there. And then in terms of a bunker in the corner, I would probably a pretty natural place, maybe 1 or 2 bunkers in here. Not overly big in size, but something there, something there. I think that would do probably pretty good. I'm gonna have to find a way to jazz up that second shot, I think, but that's, I think, maybe a decent plan. So let's get to the green first. Start with the green. Can't believe we're on hole 6 already. This is technically the 7th hole we've already built, because we've already built 9. I'm gonna make this a bit wider than I originally had. This isn't a huge green for a par 5. I like that. Go. Am I doing... I can't remember what my... We are doing rough. I've got a few projects going on, so I can't figure out which ones are which. Okay, so we'll toggle our rough. Go. Okay, so have a green kind of sitting up like that. So I mean, I will definitely tuck a pin there at some point. That'll really make it a 3-shot par 5. And we'll have to think about green sculpting too, but that's going to be a bit down the road. You know, I probably have a bit of a kicker to kind of funnel things here, maybe, just to make things somewhat interesting. But I like that green kind of tucked in the back there. And yeah, it's the tree line that's really going to make this hole. So we're going to go from really wide open back into some really closed in golf here. Okay, so in terms of the fairway, I think we'll probably start it here. This is a pretty significant fairway. Oh, there, and there. Oh, 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 oh. Come on. Just finished a workout, so I'm a little bit shaky there with my fingers. There we go. All right. Okay. So I'll make this maybe a little bit wider. Again, that tree line is a suggestion. Here. All right. Not sure yet about this hole, but we'll see. For me, sometimes I really need to actually see the surfaces laid down before I can really judge if I like it or not. Some people can do it without that. They can just see it and know it's going to work, but not me. I need to actually lay it down. Okay. So let's take a gander here. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, I think that'll actually work pretty nicely. Just kind of comparing it to fairway widths of the other holes. Looks like it's pretty consistent. And then, like I said, 7's gonna make its way down here. Yeah, I can live with that. So now we're gonna do some initial sculpting. I'm actually gonna rip out all these. I already kind of know where the bunkers are gonna go, but if I do find those distance markers rather distracting, be nice to have maybe in the new game a way to toggle those off and on. If there were to be a new game. I haven't heard anything about a new game. A lot of people keep asking, but I know nothing. I know nothing. Well, let's get into some questions. Again, if you do have questions for me, just in the video in the comments, just put question for Canuck, and I don't mind answering a couple of them. Let's see. Do we have any from the last episode? What area? What? So it's Shane Duscholke. Probably said that wrong. What is the one area you see beginners have the biggest issue with and the best way to correct it and practice it? Oh, I know that. That one's easy. Sizing. Bunkers, fairways, greens, either way too big or way too small. Easiest way to correct that is honestly just play courses to get a sense of size. Look up, average fairway widths or things like that. A nice rule of thumb for green sizes is if you are using the spline going all the way around, a nice average green size is anywhere from about 100 to 120 yards around. That's kind of my number I usually like to go off of. I think that's a good average size. But yeah, that just comes down to really practicing. Everyone's looking for that magic bullet to get better at course creation faster. Okay, so we're just kind of fixing these edges up. So with a really rough flatten for right now. Okay. That'll do for now. So what I do want is, this is a little bit pronounced, but I do kind of want the camber to leak over to the left a bit, but we're going to flatten that a bit, because right now it's a bit pronounced. Overly pronounced, I should say. Oh, and as for the beginning of the fairway, you know, I started this pretty high. I usually like to kind of start the fairway around 180. I started this one pretty wide at around 150 from the tips, so that's... But again, I'm not 100% sold on the actual tee box yet. Now, I might move it over here. Kind of think this might be a better look. Right here. Maybe looked at moving the tees over here. Just changing the angle a bit. No. And then I can actually look at moving this further and maybe making this a... It basically is a true three-shotter now. It is 590-something yards up the hill. So with that being said, do I have an interesting enough second shot? I mean, this fairway is just crazy right now. So I think we're going to pull the fairway out. It's not there yet. And we should maybe do a little bit of initial sculpting here first. Just flatten a few things out. You know, because I want this probably to be a three-shot par 5, I want some thought in the second shot too. So I'm kind of seeing a little depression here. So maybe there could be trouble in here. And then the fairway's kind of got a snake around it. So, you know, maybe the tree line comes in, or, you know, maybe there's something here. So I think that's what we're going to do. Changing this on the fly here. That makes it a bit of more of an interesting shot. It also requires a little bit of shot shaping on the second. If I bring the tree line right into here, you know, and you bomb your first drive out to about here, you know, you got 314, and the trees are out to here, you know, you got to play a little bit of a draw if you want to get it close. Or you can just maybe lay up into here. So here's kind of what I have for an idea now. Idea number 2. So now I originally had the... I don't even like the green anymore. Rip it up. Rip it up. Rip it up. Sometimes sculpting, I think, first is a bit of a better idea. Okay. All right. Plan B. But I think we've got a little bit more of a plan here. And you know what? I mean, that's the thing about kind of trying to design on the fly here, is, you know, you see something maybe you like a little bit better, and then you adjust. I think we're going to do this. And maybe have a bit of a lobe coming out over here. There we go. I like that a bit better. Okay, so now in terms of the fairway will kind of do this now. So it's going to kind of snake its way around here. And then this area, it'll be pretty wide. As it makes its way down. Now, I'm not going to go as far down as I did before. Probably do something like this. And then a little bit more of a curvy fairway. Now, do I go wide or do I bring it in here? If I did this. That gives me an opportunity to put a bunker or something here. Yeah, and then I think I'll go probably green side-wise. Probably bunker kind of front left here. And then we'll do probably back left, back middle. Something in the back here. But I don't think I would go any more than that. And then in terms of bunkers off the tee, fairway bunkers, I'm probably going to look for probably a 2 or 3 of them kind of lined up here. Okay. There we go. Love it. Okay, so let's try to put that into practice here. Okay, I'm feeling a little bit better about this plan. Feeling a little bit better. So yeah, like I said, 100 to 120 is a good baseline. So as you can see, now this green has gotten much bigger than it was before. But for a par 5, I'm okay with that. 140 is actually not that big. There, sharpen and smooth, toggle, rough. And we'll go to 4. Okay. So there's my green down. Yeah, I think that's gonna be a little bit nicer. Okay. Okay, fairway time. So we'll start her up here. Fairway, okay. Boom, and boom. Okay. Snaky fairways, kind of a trademark of mine. My fairways can never seem to go in one direction. I just find that kind of boring, but that's me. Okay. Widen it up here. And then we'll kind of get past this little, I don't know, sunken area. Okay. There. Oh, I thought I was going to sneeze again. I think I did that last episode. I should have a sneeze counter now. Okay. You know, I kind of like that already. Oh, here it comes. Oh my goodness. These allergies are kicking in. Okay. So yeah, I'm just trying to look at what my tee shot's gonna look like. You know, we have a lot of work clearly to do on the fairway, so we got to probably bring this whole right side down a bit. But okay, let's delete these little yellow distance markers. I find par 5s to be the toughest to build, toughest to make interesting, I think. I mean, par 3s are tough to make interesting too, but par 5s can be a grind. Especially the second shot. I really feel like the second shot of a par 5's gotta be interesting. And I think some people have trouble pulling that off. There we go. It's a pretty generous drive off the tee. But I mean, if you're over here, you're gonna be, you know, as opposed to if you try to hug the left side, you know, you got 308 in. But I mean, if you bail out here, you're more like 350. So that's gonna make a big difference. So I might even play with the green a bit. Maybe make it a little bit more generous to go for it in 2, but I really kind of like having a tree line in here and, you know, forcing a bit of shot shaping on the second shot if people want to go for it in 2. So I think that would kind of be fun. Okay. So I just want to work a bit on the very initial sight line off the tee. So right now it is a mess. So a little fuzzy brush magic. Mostly bringing that side down to the right. It's looking a bit better. There we go. Okay, so now let's talk about bunkering here on the left side. Because that is going to happen. 2, maybe 3 bunkers on the left. And then the tree line will kind of be in here. And again, just the way the sun is going, the shadows are going to be moving northwest, so this way. So we have to keep that in mind, because the more trees I put in here, that's going to make this a pretty shady hole. So we're going to have to be pretty strategic with our placement. Okay. Now, bunkers. I think how I did go with kind of more of a... really playing around with bunker ideas right now, but we're going with kind of the roundish, jagged shapes. So let's look at maybe a couple ideas. Oh, we're just kind of freehanding something here. Maybe something like that. Smaller one here. Maybe a third one too. Something like that. I went pretty generous here, 58 yards. But 3-shot par 5, I mean, people are going to want to try to cut this corner. So, you know, I've given them a lot of bailout if they need to, if they want it, but, you know, that's going to be That's going to make it for sure 3-shot par 5 if they land it over here. And as you can see, I was having it camber this way, but I've kind of changed it up. I'm kind of mounting it maybe to camber this way, to maybe create a longer second shot if they land it onto the middle. Okay, so, and then now I'm kind of thinking ahead to what my second shot would look like. So right now, there is not a good look. So we're going to have to lower a bit of this hill. It's going to gradually creep up the hill anyway, and the shadows are going to play a few tricks on us. So we are going to put a bunker right here. Probably just a single one. We'll flatten this out while we're at it. This hole's going to take a couple episodes minimum to build, I think. That's if we don't blow it up. Okay, so this one's gonna kind of hug the edge quite a bit. Probably a bit of a bigger one. Something like that. Now, we gotta think about... I don't know if we even need any greenside bunkers. I feel like I might even be forcing one, because here, if they miss, this is going to be contoured enough that anything's just going to fall right into here. And I mean, like I said, we're going to have trees in here, so having a bunker right back here, not really needed. Bunker back... I don't even think I need a bunker in behind. I think I'm going to keep it pretty simple. I don't have a lot of greenside bunkers. I don't have any green. I have 2 there. I have none on 2. I've got 1 on 3. I've got none on 4. Yeah, I mean, definitely less bunkers on this course than what I usually do. That's okay. I think that's okay. Right. Yeah, I think this is going to make for a fun hole. Again, that tree line's going to extend right about to here. So that will definitely force some shot shaping if you want to go for it. Which I like. So, I mean, the smart play is going to be, and I've left a pretty hefty area. The layup's going to be here. The layup's not going to be easy. The ideal spot is kind of right in here. And then from there, it's a pretty easy pitch on. You know, you play smart. Pitch on. Tap in a birdie. Move on. Just kind of looking at 7 here. Just thinking about tree lines and stuff. Yeah, okay. Okay. So, maybe we can get started with some bunkering here. Let's kind of go, little guy. Trace around. I recommend if, you know, there's tons of different styles of bunkering. And if I haven't said this before, stick to one. Another question we can talk about before we leave. Course Design HQ says, how can Design League help me get into contest? Can Design League help get into contests and get noticed in the community? Design League, for those that don't know, is like a mini TGC Tours, kind of like 5-6 hole mini design comp that they run, you know, sporadically throughout the year. I don't exactly know how it works. You know, yeah, doing well there. I mean, doing well anywhere definitely helps you get noticed. But in the community, just building good golf courses is half of it. If you're not a productive and, you know, helpful and supportive member of the community, then no one's gonna know you. And it takes a while. You know, some people get lucky and become, you know, a household name, I guess, if you say it pretty quickly, but others, it never happens. So that's something that you got to be prepared for, because there are many people designing in this game, and everyone wants to get to that position where, you know, they want to be that guy where they release a course and everything stops for a couple days as everyone goes and plays their course. I mean, there's a handful of people that have that. That is hard to achieve. But, you know, at the end of the day, like I've always said, design for yourself. Don't design for other people. Don't worry about plays. Plays are great. But, yeah. Yeah, don't force it either. Just, you know, don't be that guy that'd be like, please play my course, please play my course. No, don't get in people's faces either. Just respect, it takes time. It's not just a magic, hey, I showed up here 2 months ago. How come my courses don't have 8,000 plays in a day? You gotta get it there. So when you do the circle brush method, I always like to go over it and with another circular brush too, because sometimes parts of it stick up and it looks a little bumpy, kind of like right here. So that just helps flatten it a bit. So kind of like the look of those. They're a little bit messy in terms of their bunker, like the lips, but that's kind of just how things have been going. I don't like this bunker, now that I look at it. The other two I can live with, but I don't like that bunker at all. So we'll maybe fix this up a bit. We'll freehand this a bit. I don't know where we're gonna go. Let's just go this way. No idea what shape we're doing. I highly do not recommend doing this. I don't even know where I ended. Something like that. Yeah, okay. Now some of the top guys cringe at how I make bunkers, but... everyone's got different ways. We can live with something like that. Again, we'll have to work on propping it up and all that stuff. But it's there. And then we got to add a bunker here. And that'll be done. But I think this is a decent place to stop for the day, as we will stop the clock at 11.5 hours. I think we've made a decent little dent on hole 6. I mean, we had to blow it up at start, but it's just kind of how it is sometimes. And yeah, this hole, you know, par 5, you still got to worry about, you know, planting is obviously going to be a big thing and how it's going to shape what this course is going to look like. So I'm really going to have to sit down and think about that. So still got to cut at least 1, maybe even 2 more episodes of building this hole for sure. So, and how is it going to mesh with the coast as well? So definitely some questions we have to figure out. Anyway, thank you guys for watching our 17th episode, and keep, you know, I love the support, like I said, as always, and I look forward to making the next one. See you guys.